Hello again and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a new subscriber, you're welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, you are also welcome, right? All right, today we are going to be looking at something very spectacular that happened in the market today. Today is the second, right? Sorry, let me check. Yeah, today is the second of August 2024, and today in the forex market we're having the NFP. Okay, we're having the NFP today. Okay, and if you're a forex trader, you you will know that the NFP is a very volatile market that has the capacity to even deal with professional traders if you are not careful about the market. Okay, so what are we was our agenda for today? For this moment was the agenda for this video. Our main focus is to actually review what happened in the market during the NFP period and how it aligned with our strategy, right? How it aligned with our strategy. All right, so if you look closely, at this particular axis, okay, you will discover that okay, we are looking at a sell scenario. Okay, a sell scenario. Usually our first step is to draw or notice rather an impulsive move, right? When you notice an impulsive move from this axis down to this point, okay, at a higher time frame, okay, then you go down to a lower time frame and look for a break of structure. Okay, a break of structure, and then a change of character. Okay, a change of character. Okay, then you can still go down to a lower time frame, especially if you did not see a retracement into an order block. You can go back to a lower time frame to check for a retracement to an order block, and then before a trade downwards. Okay, now on the other hand, remember I said to you guys in my previous video that if you discover that this axis that led price to change, this axis that led price to change and go upward, if it actually change in its accord, or rather on its accord, without an order block around this axis, if I take it again, if it actually retraced on its accord, without being influenced by an order block around this axis, then just know that it will get to this point and trade downward. However, if there is an order block here, okay, and it's that order block that enabled this particular movement upward, just also know that this will trade and go beyond. Okay, so the difference between this movement upward and this movement downward is the fact that if it is influenced by an order block here, it will trade upward. However, if it's not influenced by an order block here, it will look for a reason to trade downwards. Okay, then this is a sell scenario. Okay, it can be any scenario though, depending on what happens. Okay, it can be any scenario depending on what happens. All right, we move to the opposite of what we just reviewed, right? The opposite of what we just reviewed. Now, take for instance, price is trading downward in an impulsive move on a higher time frame. Okay, we move down to, we draw our Fibonacci tool, and then we'll move down to lower time frame to identify the break of structure and the change of character. Okay, if this change of character in this place is influenced by an order block at this axis, price will trade and continue upward. But if this retracement is not influenced by anything, just know that price will look for a reason, okay, a reason to trade downward. At the beginning of NFP today, okay, if you were actually observant of the market today, you discover that prior to the NFP, price was just slowing down, was just moving sluggishly. And then at NFP, let me illustrate it using this, because this is what played out. Okay, this is what played out at NFP today. Okay, this is what played out at NFP today. Now, price was sluggish around this axis, very sluggish around this axis at NFP today, and then price now retraced down to this point. Okay, and then at the announcement of NFP, price shot up and gave us a reason for a break of structure here. Okay, and then eventually traded up a little. Now, in this case, price also, after breaking upward, it came down and changed character, showing us that there is going to be a sell trend. However, this stop here was not influenced by an order block. Okay, so price retraced upward again to find a reason for a sell, and there was a great move. Okay, so right now we're going to be diving into the chart to actually see for ourselves what happened in today's market. 2nd of August 2024. Let's dive in. Okay, let me delete all we have here. Okay, so that we can be able to have a clear chart and seriously understand what we are studying. Okay, so this was the movement of NFP today. Let me show you. This is 2nd, right? 2nd. Yeah, 2nd actually started from here. 2nd started from here. 2nd. Alright, so this was what we observed at 4-hour time frame. Look at how the market looked like. An impulsive move upward to the upside. Okay, this was what we're observing. An impulsive move upward prior to the news. Okay, an impulsive move upward. So we move down to our lower time frame. Okay, 1 hour. Okay, and we discovered that, okay, let's use our liner again. Okay, this was where we drew our Fibonacci tool. Okay, Fib here. Initially, my Fibonacci tool was drawn to this point. Okay, but I discovered that there was no break of structure in the movement, so I decided to allow it give me a break of structure before I analyze. Okay, pardon me guys. All right, I decided to allow it give me a break of structure before I analyze. Now in this seeming analysis, okay, in this seeming analysis, you would discover that okay, price before the NFP price got to this point and retraced down to closely 56, exactly 56. That was where price retraced down to exactly 56, and NFP's announcement gave price the ability to shoot to this point. No trade was taken from this point to this point until even to this point, no trade. Okay, I needed a break of structure, okay, and then a change of character. Remember our pattern, right? And then before we ventured in. So we actually got it. We actually got it at this point. After NFP's announcement, price broke structure here. Price broke structure here. Let me. Okay, after NFP's announcement, price broke structure here. Okay, and then there was also a change of character. So at this point, I'll move down to lower time frame for easier understanding and comprehension. Okay, for easier understanding and comprehension. Okay, now let me analyze this properly. Pardon me. All right, the break of structure. A change of character. Okay, and then the retracement back to an order block. Okay, let me label them. So you see it one after the other. Okay, hope you're following, hope you're getting it, and hope you're understanding what is being done here. Okay, for comprehension. Yo guys, and boom. Okay, do you see the movement? Okay, do you see the movement going down to a lower time frame? Okay, going down to a lower time frame. Do you see the movement? Okay, now exactly the same pattern. Remember, is a rinse and repeat system. So as far as you've been able to understand the step by step pattern of following this, remember, always wait for a break of structure, always wait for a change of character, and then you identify your order block. In this case, this particular one can also serve as the order block. This particular candlestick can also serve as the order block, especially if you want to minimize your risk. That's your order block. Boom, it trades into it and it trades out. Okay, and guys, look at the move. Look at the move. Look at the move. Definitely your stop loss is going to be somewhere here, and remember, your take profit will always be above. Here can be your first take profit level. Here can be your first take profit level, and then whoosh, what do you see? How many risks to reward? 1:7, or even 1:8. 1:8 risk reward ratio. Yeah, 1:8 risk reward ratio. Okay, very, very beautiful risk reward ratio. Okay, so this strategy, this pattern can give you as much as possible if you can readily read it very well. Now somebody will say, this is just a selection of trade in some places and then an execution. It doesn't really happen often and often. All right, remember that this is second, right? Do you agree? This is second. This is second. Have you seen the dates? All right, let's go back and see other places where this same pattern repeated itself and we're able to get nothing less than 1:3 risk reward ratio. All right, follow me. Can you see what's happening here? Let me go back to, yeah, the same pattern was done to take a trade here. Same pattern was done to take a trade here. Do you see the risk reward ratio? The same pattern also was done to take a trade here. Risk reward ratio, beautiful. You'll be sacrificing, okay, risking rather. You'll be risking little, okay, just for you to gain much. All right, so look at this point. Let me delete this. I just deleted break of structure. Remember, we said you must always allow break of structure. For this to actually be effective, you must learn to be patient for structures to be broken. Okay, you must be patient for structures to be broken. Okay, and then look at it. Break of structure, change of character. Let me do this to simply denote it properly. Okay, let's do it properly, denote it. You get break of structure, change of character. Remember, I told you that if this change of character is not influenced, okay, is not influenced, these candlesticks or this movement that changed the character is not influenced by an order block here. Therefore, we go over here to take the order block that is here and then return back. Okay, now look at this. Let's move down to a lower time frame. Let's move down to a lower time frame. You see how beautiful it is? You see how beautiful it is? Let's do our measurement again to see. Okay, at the beginning of the fair value gap. usually. Remember, our stop loss is a little bit above this. What do you see? A 1:3, almost 4. A 1:3 risk reward ratio. Alright, remember, you can as well take partials here. Okay, usually this should be my first take profit level, but we move. Okay, it's already 1:4. Okay, and then you have a beautiful trade also. Again, you have a beautiful trade again. Okay, so you rinse, you repeat, you rinse, you repeat, you rinse, you repeat. Beautiful. Always. Okay, always. The only issue you have in this analysis, if you're unable to monitor this level where you determine whether it is influenced by an order block or not, or if you can determine this and determine this, then you are good to go to always trade this strategy, and it's going to always give you what you want. All right, I hope this teaching was insightful and impactful. Until we meet again, do not forget to like, do not forget to share, and do not forget to subscribe. I remain NDFX. Bye for now.